How are you today? Did you sleep well?
I'm fine, Mama. Thank you. Mommy, let's go. I'm sure we'll come another day. I don't want to marry him. I want us to elope. I have big dreams.
For their wager task presentation, the housemates were categorized into two teams, Team 1 and Team 2. This is Team 2 and this is their drama presentation titled Lost and Found. In this one, Denari played the character of a king, Sultana, queen, Mide, princess, Bright Morgan, a poor villager, Papa named Ramsey, Zita and Dede, palace maiden, culture, native doctor, Gigi Jasmine, Ramsey's secretary, Isabella, a pimp and prostitute, Faith, time director, Jason J, a prince. Their drama started with Faith telling us the location of where this is happening, which is Udi, Enugu State, Nigeria. The first scene, we saw the Igwe and Lolo talking about their daughter's traditional marriage, and the queen informing the prince that she already told the daughter on things to get done. She already gave orders to the cooks on his favorite food that they will prepare. And then the princess said she wants to take a walk. So she's going to the stream with her maidens. And her maidens happens to be Zita and Dede. Now, on getting to the stream, the princess then sights her eyes on a village pauper, a small boy, Ramsey by name, played by Bright Morgan, who was washing his clothes by the stream side. And the princess kept staring at him, asking the maidens, who is this guy? And they said, hey, he's the village, the poor princess, don't talk to him, oh, it's one poor blah like that. And they left. But the princess immediately got interested in Ramsey. That's the village guy. Typical Nollywood storyline, Abi. Anyways, after that, the king calls on the princess to have a word with her on how ready and prepared she is, being that the suitors, their in-laws, will be coming in no distance time. And Mide started to pour her heart, telling the father, see, I don't love this guy, but I'm doing this thing just because of the responsibility I owe this family and the village at large. And with that, the king was like, hey, now you're talking, my daughter, don't worry, you will grow to like him. He's a good person, don't worry. And the princess sadly left the scene, but then she couldn't stop thinking about the village guy she saw at the scene and at the stream. And she even told her maid, see, this guy, who is that guy? That since after seeing that guy, I've been feeling a certain way towards him. And the maiden Zita, not Zita, Dede was like, no, my princess, you can't be thinking about him. Thinking about him for what now? He's in nobody. Why the maiden was discouraging Mide from going to see that guy, because at this point she was saying she wants to see him again. She really wants to set her eyes on him again. Who is he? Where does he stay? So that she can go visit him. The queen then walks in, and the maiden left the scene. The queen then asked Mide how prepared, how ready she is regarding her forthcoming marriage. And she started to tell her mother that, see, this guy you people are talking about, I do not love him. I don't even want to marry him. But I'll be doing this because of the family responsibility. And the mother started encouraging her, telling her, see, when I married your father, I didn't love your father at the first instance. But with time, you will grow in love. You will grow to know him or you grow to love him. Don't worry that you'll be well taken care of. He's a prince as well, so you'll be respected. Anyways, after that, may they still find her way to go see the pulp and wine tapper. On getting there, the guy was even surprised, like, oh, what was the princess? Why is the princess looking for me? And the guy offered Mide palm wine to drink. Mide tasted it, saying that this is the best, better than the ones they take in the palace. And from there, the guy started asking her, what was life like in the palace? And we did say that it's not like what you people think. It's not all that rosy and full of enjoyment. There are too much responsibilities, conflicts, and all of that. Well, from there, Mide started telling the the guy about her marriage, and that she's not even interested. She does not want to marry the prince. And Brett Morgan was like, that's Ramsey. He was like, don't worry now, this is how it is. Princess marries the prince. That you shouldn't bother yourself. That you people will make a very good home. Well, after that visit, Mide continuously sneaks out from the palace to go see Brett Morgan. One thing led to another, and Jason J, her brother, discovered that she's beginning to have an affair with the pop and wine tapper. And Jason storms the guy's place, beats him up, warned him to stay away from the sister. And while all this was happening, Midi was angry, like, why are you beating him? Why are you beating him? This is who I want for myself. And the ladies were really not happy that Jason J discovered that, because they even had to blame the maidens, like, come on, why would they allow Midi to go and be seeing this person? Well, Jason J warned Bright Morgan crystal clear to stay away from the princess and never to come back to her. But I guess at this point it was already late, because 2 weeks later the princess discovers that she's pregnant. And she was throwing up. Typical Nollywood. The mother had to look into her eyes and scream, you're pregnant. And the judges didn't even, Eucharia ANUNOBI, one of the judges, did not find that particular scene funny. In fact, when she was giving her review, she said, like, you're misleading the public, that you don't just look into someone's eyes and diagnose them immediately that they are 2 weeks pregnant. No, now, that even back then, well, you could, even if you want to do that, you could say, oh, you could wait maybe when the pregnancy is a month or 2 or 3 and it's beginning to show. You can now say, oh, that you're looking pregnant and all of that, and not just look straight into her eyes and say, you're 2 weeks pregnant. Anyways, the queen, on discovering this, screamed out, started shouting, and Mide crying as well. She then went to report to the king, and the king screamed that this is an abomination, that the whole plan is scattered. Like, what's going on? What are they going to do now? The king now hurriedly beckoned on the Onowu, the native doctor, played by Culture. Culture came into the place, and before they invited Culture, the king ordered that they call Bright Morgan, they get Bright Morgan to the palace. So they got Bright Morgan to the palace, and then when the native doctor arrived, they said they will need to beat him up. But in the process, the native doctor changed his mind and then said, you know what, my king, we'll have to banish him. And that was how they banished Bright Morgan, and Bright Morgan disappeared from that village. Now, the princess is left all alone with her pregnancy. Not all alone though, because she's a princess, she stays in the palace, but she's there tending alone, not with Bright Morgan. This time around, no partner to care for the child they are expecting. Anyways, with the help of the media, still Zeta now told the princess that she heard that Bright Morgan is now in the city and she can help you so you get to the city. That definitely when you get to the city, you will see Bright Morgan. That scene was funny because will you just come into the city immediately and you're seeing Bright Morgan? But that was what Nollywood. See, don't even blame these people, because have you watched old Nollywood? Anyways, with the help of the maiden, Mide, that's the princess, then disappears from the village and goes in search of Bright Morgan in the city. First time setting her feet in the city, and she gets robbed by Ivata. Ivata played that role, the role of an armed robber. And Ivata was like, and she was begging Ivata, oh, I'm pregnant. And Ivata was like, bad market. Now because say you carry belly, and the condition bring me here, the condition make me they do this kind job, And Ivata then gives the princess back her bag. Now she goes in search of the particular person Zita actually recommended her to where she'll be staying. But on getting there, she discovered that it is Isabella. On getting there, she discovered the person she was supposed to meet with is actually a prostitute, because Isabella was like, okay, You're welcome. We are going out by so. And she was still trying to rest. A pregnant woman now. She's tired from her long journey. And this Abelana told her, no, they know they rest for city. You see this your belly, we go come out time tonight. We dey come out time today so that we'll go for a party. And she had no other option than to leave Isabella's place and continue searching for who she's looking for. Now, typical Nollywood story. While in the street trying to find her way, she then meets Gigi Jasmine. And Gigi Jasmine now asks her, oh, who are you? She now explained that she's a Princess Genevieve. She's in the city looking for Ramsey. And then Gigi Jasmine was like, Ramsey Noir? She says yes. And Jasmine was like, oh, don't worry, I'll help you locate him. Are you Princess Genevieve that he has been talking about? And Mide says, yeah. He now said, okay. Mide now said, oh, how do you know? He now said that Ramsey happens to be the MD of her company and she's the secretary. Don't worry, I will take you to him. Well, Gigi Jasmine then takes Mide to Bryce Morgan, which they didn't get to show also. But Faith then comes on stage and announces 10 years later. So 10 years later now, the scene started at the palace with the king lamenting, oh, how he made a very serious mistake. Now he hasn't seen the daughter for 10 years. He doesn't know if the daughter is still alive. And the queen walks in as well, saying, oh, I miss my daughter so much. You don't even know what to do. And Jason J, who happens to be the prince, comes in asking them what's going on. And you need to see how the king addressed Jason J like, you useless son. I guess Jason wasn't doing well as a child, and all of them were missing their daughter. And just then, for the next thing to happen, and the buzzer buzzed them out. So this is where their drama stopped. Now, over to what the judges have to say. Eucharia ANUNOBI said she wasn't impressed, that she's a stage performer, and when you're performing in a stage, you have to be as audible as possible. You have to imagine that you're talking to a large audience and the last person must hear you, that they weren't audible enough. For the timing, it was too fast for them to even see what is being projected, and every entertainment must be educating. That this one wasn't, especially that pregnancy scene whereby 2 weeks, that was a very wrong information. And that's the time transition. It was something else, that they were supposed to groom their voices to be themselves. I guess Big Brother didn't inform the judges that these people were given the assignments of going back to Nollywood and pick a character and display. So I guess the judges thought they were just trying to imitate Nollywood actors. And now to Eucharia ANUNOBI said that the modulation was incoherent, and with that is a 5/10. Well, Tony said that in fact, Tony started with lost but found. I lost you and I haven't found you. He said it was below average for him, that their diaphragm, they weren't talking from the diaphragm, that when you're performing on a stage, you don't talk from your mouth, you talk from the stomach. And that he was angry with the king trying to imitate Tolu Jacob, that wasn't necessary. He was supposed to maintain his own self. And the whole trying to imitate Tolu Jacob was too much to bear. It was too much, and they were dragging conversation, dragging scenes. Even since they weren't needed, they would drag it for a long time. That all of this that they acted could have been done in 15 minutes max, but yet they kept dragging scenes and conversations that weren't needed. But although that he will go ahead to applaud them for efforts. And to Nyanya said it's a 5/10 for him, that it's a well done. And Omaomi said, well, for her, that she enjoyed it too. That she disagreed with what the other judges are saying. That she enjoyed it, although she wouldn't want to watch it another time. Well, they went ahead to say that they did amazing. They still appreciated Denari for playing the role of a king. They said he did very well. Damide as well, and then Sultana. Well, Omaomi said it's not that deep. That the whole drama was entertaining to her. And then to me as well, I actually enjoyed it. It took us back to the whole Nollywood with the soundtrack being played, the going back to the city, the princess falling for a village guy. We all know that can only happen in Nollywood though. And honestly, I enjoyed this drama. Well done to team 2 of Lost and Found. What do you think about their presentation? Do well to drop your opinion and comments in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I will see you in my next video.
You need to speak from your stomach and not from your throat.